Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar, Membership Has Its Benefits, presented by the Association of Ontario Midwives Benefits Trust. Developed for new registrants and graduating students, this in-depth webinar provides the information midwives need to get the most out of the AOMBT Benefits Program. My name is Allison Jack, and I'm the moderator of today's webinar. I'm the Communications Officer at the AOM Benefits Trust. So before we begin, I'll just briefly go over a few of the webinar functions. So all attendees are currently muted to avoid disruptive background noise. During the webinar, you can type your questions into the questions pod, which you should see on your screen. Your questions are confidential. None of the participants will be able to see the question or know who asked it. We will hold off on reading questions until the end of the presentation. And I'd also like to remind everyone that we are recording today's webinar and will be archiving it on the AOMBT website, midwivesbenefits.ca. So we know that many midwives watch webinars together, and the AOM Benefits Trust supports group learning opportunities. We would like to more accurately capture webinar attendance. So if you could please take a moment to answer the poll as it appears in the lower right corner of your screen in the poll pod. Your response is confidential, and this will only take a few moments of your time. Great, thank you. So I'm joined today by Faye Kakarukas. Faye works with the AOM Benefits Trust as the Administrator of Plan Member Services. Welcome, Faye.
Thanks, Allison. So welcome, everyone. So as Allison said, I am the Administrator of Plan Member Services here at the AOM Benefits Trust. And so let's just dive right into our benefits program. Again, like Allison mentioned, it's an in-depth look at what the different benefits that are offered from the trust. So being a member of the AOM automatically qualifies you for eligibility in the Group Benefits Program, operated by the AOM Benefits Trust. The Benefits Trust was created in April 2008 as a separate entity from the AOM, although we do maintain a legal relationship that's outlined in the trust agreement. So new registrants are often confused about the different roles with respect to the AOM and the AOM Benefits Trust. So why don't we outline, I'm going to outline some of those different roles. The main role of the AOM is to represent and advocate on behalf of Ontario midwives and promote midwifery in Ontario. The AOM also provides midwives with education, risk management, professional development, practice guidelines, midwifery research, and liability insurance. The AOM Benefits Trust role is to accept midwives' benefits funding, which is currently at 20% of your billable courses of care income, and steward those funds in the best interests of the plan members in accordance with the trust agreement. We provide a benefits program that includes health and dental benefits, life insurance, critical illness, disability insurance, group retirement savings plan, a self-funded leave program, and a parental leave program. So we've structured this presentation around the top 5 questions that were asked by new registrants. And one of the most common asked questions is, well, how does my benefits funding work? On this slide, we can see how benefits funding flows into the AOM Benefits Trust. So here we have an example where the Ministry of Health will issue a check to the transfer payment agency, or otherwise the TPA. It'll pay them $10,000 billable courses of care, BCC income, plus an additional $2,000 benefits funding, which is earmarked again for your benefits. Then after the midwifery practice receives the $12,000 for the midwife submits the benefits funding invoice to the AOMBT, along with the $2,000 of the benefits funding. This $2,000, after the 10% service fee is retained, so in this case it was $200 from the $2,000, the remaining funding will be used to pay for your premiums. And if you have opted into a self-funded leave account, so in this case here we see that after you've paid your premiums are $500, the remaining funds are $1,100. So if you have you've $200 that is deposited into your self-funded leave account, Again, this is an optional program. You don't need to participate. But in this case, in this example, this midwife has participated and $200 has been deposited into her account. So the remaining balance is $1,100. And this excess benefits funding is then directed and deposited into your RSP. So the next question we often get asked is, well, what do my benefits include? Well, there are 6 different components to your benefits program. There's health and dental, which includes your prescription drug plan. This coverage is mandatory unless you have coverage elsewhere. Life insurance, accidental death and dismemberment, disability and critical illness insurance, and these benefits are all mandatory. We also have the group registered retirement savings plan, the self-funded leave program, like I mentioned earlier, this is an optional program, and the parental leave program. All of these components are funded by the member's 20% benefits funding, with the exception of the parental leave program, which is funded by a grant which we receive from the Ministry of Health and Long-Term Care. So let's look at the different components of the program in more detail. Through Equitable Life of Canada, you are covered for extended health and dental services. Your extended health care coverage provides you with the financial assistance for a list of medical expenses, some of which we have outlined here in this slide. Coverage is designed to supplement your health and dental costs, but not everything is going to be reimbursed at 100%. So please keep that in mind. 80% of most prescription drugs are covered, up to an annual out-of-pocket expense of $1,200. After $1,200, you're covered at 100% for prescriptions. So right off the bat, if you're at the pharmacy, your pharmacist will be able to tell you right away if your drug is covered through our plan. In order to be reimbursed, the specific drug must be on the plan's managed formulary, and the formulary is an evolving list of prescription drugs that are approved and that qualify for insurance coverage under our program. Just so that you're aware, the list is updated 10 times a year, and it helps provide plan members with accessibility to safe, cost-effective, and quality drug therapies. You also have 100% coverage for a semi-private room, should you ever have to go to the hospital. When you visit a paramedical practitioner, you will be reimbursed at 100% up to the reasonable and customary charge for that particular practitioner, up to $750 annually. After you have claimed $750 in any calendar year, anything after that, to a total of $2,500 will be reimbursed at 80%. So $750 at 100% and $1,750 at 80% for a total of $2,500 annually. And covered services under paramedical practitioners include things like acupuncturist, a chiropractor, a registered massage therapist, and there are many others which are listed here on this slide. Dental services. So when you go to the dentist, basic services are covered at 100% up to a maximum of $2,000 per year. Major services like dentures, crowns, all are covered at 50% up to a separate calendar year maximum of $2,000. And if you have children, you'll be pleased to know that orthodontics are covered at 50% to a maximum of $2,500 per lifetime per plan participant, so per child if you have family coverage. All health services, including dental services, paramedical services, and any medical supplies are subject to something the insurance calls reasonable and customary maximums. They are defined by Equitable Life. For example, dental service claims are reimbursed according to the current dental fee guide in the province where you live. Most dentists bill according to the provincial fee guide and where they practice, but if your dentist's fee guides are higher than those listed in the fee guide for a particular service, Equitable Life will only reimburse you according to the provincial fee guide for the province in which you reside. At times we get asked why someone did not get reimbursed 100% of what they expected, and those are some of the reasons. So we recommend that before you proceed with any significant or non-routine dental work or purchase any medical supplies, that you contact Equitable Life to confirm how much of the expense will be covered. When significant dental work is required, often dentists will submit a predetermination for you. So they'll request from Equitable Life before they start the work to find out how much of the expense is going to be covered. So it's always a good idea to suggest to your dentist to submit the predetermination before you have any of the ordinary dental work, or perhaps before you purchase an expensive medical supply. Extended health and dental coverage are not optional benefits, so all midwives must participate in this coverage unless you have comparable coverage in another program. So, for example, you may be covered through your partner's group benefits plan, and so you would just indicate this on your enrollment form if you wish to opt out or waive health or dental coverage under the AOM Benefits Trust Benefits Program. And then you would also provide proof of your alternate coverage. Premiums for extended health vary depending on your family status, and we will look at this in a little more detail further on in the presentation. So the last section of your insured coverage is your protection against what sometimes is referred to as protection against certain life events. This insurance is sometimes referred to as risk insurance benefits. This insurance is similar to home insurance or car insurance in that these benefits offer financial assistance when unexpected life events occur. So through Equitable Life of Canada, you're covered for life insurance as a midwife plan member. You have basic life insurance coverage of $250,000. So that means while you're a member, should you die prior to reaching age 65, $250,000 will be paid to the person or persons you have appointed as your beneficiary. So please ensure when you are completing your enrollment form that you have appointed a beneficiary. In addition to the basic life coverage, you have the option of purchasing additional life insurance. It's purchased in units of $10,000. You may purchase it for yourself or for your spouse, and this type of insurance is referred to as optional life insurance. Basic accidental death and dismemberment coverage provides a benefit up to $250,000 following a loss or severe injury caused by an accident. And again, you can purchase additional accidental death and dismemberment coverage for yourself, your spouse, and even your children. Basic critical illness insurance provides a lump sum payment of $10,000 in the event that you're diagnosed with a critical condition covered under the plan. This benefit is also often described as a living benefit. This coverage is meant to help you pay for additional costs that arise when you're recovering from a life-threatening condition such as cancer, a heart attack, or a stroke. Again, you may apply for additional optional critical illness coverage above the basic $10,000. In the event you become ill and you are unable to work for a period longer than 31 days, you may apply for the short-term disability benefit, which is available to all midwives. Both the short-term disability and the long-term disability are designed as wage loss supplements when you're unable to earn income when you're sick or disabled. Equitable Life provides a benefits booklet for us that gives information on all of your insured coverage in far greater detail than I've outlined here. And a PDF version is available to members on our website at midwivesbenefits.ca and on Equitable Life's website at equitablehealth.ca. It is listed under Documents. Your coverage also includes LifeWorks, and as a member of the AOM, you have access to this free assistance program for you and your family. LifeWorks provides print and video resources. They have live webinars and in-person telephone support on a wide variety of topics from health and wellness, family and work relations, to financial and even legal matters. They also offer counseling services. They can connect you with a counselor in your area that can help you with any personal issues you are dealing with. They also offer online counseling services in addition to the traditional face-to-face therapy. So let's say you're working in a remote area and maybe counselors are not available there. They can set up remote sessions for you. The services provided through LifeWorks are free and are confidential, and you can access LifeWorks through our website. Part of your benefits program, as we mentioned, includes a group RSP. And we are often asked about the different investment options that are offered. As a reminder, the 20% benefits funding that we receive from you from your practice after your insurance premiums and the service fee has been deducted, and any leave savings have been put aside, the remaining amount would be directed to your RSP, and it's invested according to the investment selections that you make. Your RSP, there are 3 investment options available in the group plan. The first option is the life cycle path, and it's an investment portfolio that's selected for you, and the selections are based on the number of years left of your planned retirement. So when you enroll onto the Desjardins website, you would take a guess of when you intend to retire, and the portfolio automatically adjusts over time as you get closer to retirement and to withdrawing your funds. The second option is the balanced portfolio. When you enroll in the Group RSP with Desjardins, you are asked to complete a questionnaire that will help you to determine your risk tolerance and your needs, and whether you're a conservative, balanced, or even an aggressive investor. After you've completed that questionnaire and that's been determined, then this option will invest automatically for you. It will select investments that suit your profile. But it's important to remember that this option doesn't automatically adjust as you get closer to retirement. So you will need to monitor it and make adjustments at the appropriate time. The third option is what we refer to as the a la carte option. And this is where you can select your own combination of investments from a range of options. Now, selecting your own investments does require investment knowledge and monitoring. And it's not recommended for everyone unless you really have the time to put into learning about the various investments and have the time to monitor them regularly. A Desjardins representative can explain the different investment options to you, and we will provide you with their contact information at the end of the presentation. Once you've enrolled, you can view or change your RSP investments by logging in as a member onto the Desjardins website. It's important to keep in mind that it is your responsibility to manage your retirement savings. You should be aware of how much is being contributed by the Benefits Trust on your behalf throughout the year, because you want to avoid over-contributing. CRA only allows you to contribute up to 18% of your annual earned income per year, and if you over-contribute, there are penalties. To find out your exact current year RSP deduction limit, check your last year's income tax notice of assessment. So when you filed your income tax return, you get back a confirmation from the CRA, and part of that is your notice of assessment. It tells you how much RSP contribution room you have for the current year. So for new registrants, this is especially important that you monitor your RSP contributions to determine whether you have reached your contribution limit for the year. And if you're getting close to reaching your limit, you should contact us right away to discuss your options so we can stop contributing for you. And if that's the situation that you're currently in, we can tell you what the options are until you have room in the following year. So another commonly asked question is, what if I need to take a leave from practice? So there are 3 different types of leaves. There is the disability leave, and this is when a member is unable to work due to illness or injury for 31 days or more. They have to be under the care of a physician and following a treatment plan. Payments are a portion of your pre-disability income contingent on approval from the insurer. Another disability leave is the parental leave. Again, this is funded by the Ministry of Health, and it's a grant that we receive. The member has to be in good standing with the AOM Benefits Trust, and you or your spouse are eligible, or a partner are eligible. Another one is the general leave, and this is if you're planning to embark on a leave of 2 months or more. So if you were participating in the self-funded leave program and you had a certain amount, a balance that's sitting there, if you're taking a leave from practice, well, you can draw on that self-funded leave account provided the leave is 2 months or more. So another question that's commonly asked is, well, how much is this going to cost me? Oh, I guess we're on to parental leaves. Sorry about that. So just to discuss the parental leave in a little more detail, so in order to, before you begin to receive parental leave payments, we must receive your application 12 weeks prior to your parental leave start date. The payments are calculated at 50% of your pre-leave annual earnings, and the maximum per month is $3,042, up to 12 months. Payments are taxable income, and midwives who are billing must have been invoicing for less. There's a provision in the policy where, let's just say you haven't been billing for a full 12 months. So you don't have a full caseload for the year. Well, there is a provision in the policy where it says, well, you can at least receive a minimum of $1,500 per month. Okay, so let's talk about self-funded leave program a little more in detail. So this program, like mentioned earlier, is optional, and you would have received this with your benefits enrollment paperwork. So you can elect to continue to contribute $20, $40, $60, or $80 per billable course of care from your benefits funding. It's deposited into your self-funded leave account. The earnings in this account garner interest annually, and the interest income is taxable. So where members start drawing on this account is when the leave is 2 months or more, or sometimes we have a member who's embarking on a parental leave and they want to top up that parental, top up their payments. So they start drawing from the self-funded leave account. They also use the balance that's sitting in their self-funded leave if they don't have any benefits funding for a certain period of months. So this money, these funds, are used to pay for your benefit premiums while you're on leave. Please note that you can have a substantial amount sitting in your leave savings account, but you can only withdraw $4,000 per month from this account. And you can opt in or out of this program at any time. Okay, so this is my favorite question. How much is this going to cost me? So let's look at, we put together a few examples that hopefully will help you understand how the cost of your insurance premiums can vary. Your benefits funding is based on your BCC income. And if you're working a full caseload, your benefits funding will be sufficient to cover your monthly premiums and your service fee, and you should have enough left over to contribute to the RSP program. But your monthly premium amount depends on your benefit choices. So here are a few examples. The first example here is we have a new registrant by the name of Rose. She has a common law partner, and she has 3 young children. When she completed her benefits enrollment form, she elected family coverage so that everyone in her family will have health and dental coverage. As a new registrant, since she doesn't have any midwifery income in prior years, the new registrant set income that we use to determine some of the income-based benefits is $96,384. The premiums for family health and dental are reflected there on the slide, and there's basic life, AD&D, critical illness, and these benefits are mandatory, and the premiums are the same for all midwives. The short-term and long-term disability benefits are income-based, so the premiums and the benefit that you would receive are based on your annual earnings. So those are the premiums there based on the new registrant income. So her total monthly premium is $676.22. Let's take another look at another example, and this time we have a new registrant by the name of Dorothy. Dorothy is married and she works a reduced caseload. She has elected 2-party health and dental coverage. She has the basic mandatory benefits such as the basic life, basic AD&D, and the basic critical illness. She has decided though that she also wants to have coverage for her spouse for the critical illness benefit of $10,000. So she does have an additional premium to cover, and that's the $6.50. And Dorothy, with a reduced caseload, is earning $75,000 in income. And so the premiums are based on that income for short-term and long-term disability that you see there. So her total monthly premium is $495.44. So you're probably starting to get the idea that your premiums can vary depending on the selections that you make. Let's share with you one more example. So here we have Blanche. Blanche is the sole income earner in her household. She has 2 children, but they're covered under her ex-husband's benefits plan. So she has decided to just have single health and dental coverage. She has the basic life, basic AD&D, basic critical illness coverage, as all midwives do. But because she's the sole income earner in her family, she thought it would be wise to take out additional optional life insurance coverage. So she applied and was approved for $250,000, which is the maximum allowable amount. So in total, she has $500,000 in life insurance coverage. So that additional cost per month is $26.50. And again, Blanche makes $125,000. That's her annual earnings, and her short-term and long-term disability premiums are listed there. The total monthly cost is $393.67. So I will just note that for this example here, if in future Blanche's ex-husband loses his coverage, Blanche should let us know within 31 days of the life event if she wants to update her coverage to family. It's really important that she lets us know within 31 days. Otherwise, if she leaves it longer, then the insurance company will ask her to provide evidence of insurability for her children. They will allow you to change your health and dental coverage when life events occur. So a life event is defined as a marriage, a birth of a child, or if you initially had opted out of the AOM Benefits Trust health and dental benefits, but then your partner or your husband or your spouse loses their coverage, you need to let us know within 31 days of those life events. So we looked at how your benefits funding flows into the benefits trust and how the insurer's premiums are paid on your behalf. But let's look now at how midwives, especially midwives just starting to practice, sometimes fall into a situation where they're in arrears. So as a new registrant, it may be several months before you have a full caseload or even start billing, or when the cost of your monthly benefit premiums are more than your benefits funding the trust has received on your behalf. You will start accumulating benefit arrears. We do not want your benefits coverage to be interrupted. As trustees, believe very strongly in supporting new registrants. So when we don't receive enough benefits funding, the trust continues to pay your premiums on your behalf. So we're floating you, so to speak. It's important to note, depending on the invoicing process your practice follows, it may be several months before you begin to bill BCCs and receive benefits funding. Your benefits funding, if it's nil or not enough to cover your premiums, you are responsible for paying them. 60 days after your date of registration, you may receive an email from the AOM Benefits Trust, and it's a benefits statement, and it's advising you that we didn't receive enough benefits funding for you to pay for your premiums. We feel it's really important that we let you know the status of your account with us. We always encourage you to contact us, and you can discuss any options for managing your arrears until sufficient benefits funding is received. You are extended grace period though, but please note all arrears are due within 6 months. So the number of BCCs you need to bill to receive enough benefits funding to cover your monthly premiums depends on the coverage you have selected on your enrollment form. As we looked at various examples, we showed you whether or not you have purchased any additional optional insurance. So if at any point you know your billing won't be enough to cover the cost of your premiums, it's always a good practice to contact the Benefits Trust so we can discuss ways on how we can assist you in managing the payment of your premiums. So what are the next steps? Well, how do you enroll into the benefits program? For all new registrants, a new member package will be emailed to you from the AOM Benefits Trust. You must complete the forms in the package and please return them to the trust within 30 days. This is to activate your coverage. Late enrollments are subject to certain restrictions with our insurance company, so it's really important that you complete and return your enrollment forms in a timely manner. Also, please remember to appoint a beneficiary for your life insurance. That's also very important. The benefits enrollment package will include links to different benefit resources, and they'll have links if you wish to apply for any optional coverage. There will be a self-funded leave enrollment form included if you wish to participate in the self-funded leave program. There will also be a link to a waiver form if you have health and dental coverage under your spouse's and/or partner's plan and prefer to opt out. We will process your enrollment with Equitable Life once we receive it back from you, and a benefits card will be sent to your home address within approximately 4 to 6 weeks once your enrollment form has been received. So your coverage, however, starts on your registration date. So the benefits card you're going to receive is your Pay Direct card. It can be used at your pharmacy when you purchase your prescription drugs. If you have paid for prescriptions and would like to be reimbursed, you may complete a claim form and submit it to Equitable Life along with a receipt from the pharmacy. The certificate number on your benefits card that you're going to receive is used to submit any medical and dental claims. You can also use the card to log on to the Equitable Life website. We will provide you with Equitable Life's information at the end of the presentation. There's contact numbers on the card too. On the other side, you'll see out-of-country coverage. So it's always a good idea to take the benefits card with you when you're traveling. And a reminder, in the future, if you want to make changes to your family status, dependents, or other enrollment information, you can download a change form from our website at midwivesbenefits.ca, and please let us know about any life events within 31 days. So after we receive your benefits enrollment form, you're going to receive a second email from the AOM Benefits Trust with your group RSP enrollment instructions. You must register on the Desjardins website in order to activate your RSP account. It's also important to register if you want to receive your tax receipt for your RSP contributions. Now, I talked a little bit earlier about the support provided around investment options, financial planning. We have financial education articles and resources that we put in our benefits brief, which is an email bulletin that we send out to all plan members. Our Health, Wealth, and Wisdom is our semi-annual newsletter where we often include information. We have financial educational webinars, so be sure to check the benefits brief or our website for our upcoming webinars. We also have the feature called Ask the Expert on our website. It is a great resource. You can submit questions or you can check the library of questions that have already been answered, and the Desjardins website is a great resource as well. They have all kinds of videos. We encourage you to visit our website. We have lots of useful forums and documents available. There are also links to our partners, Equitable Life of Canada, Desjardins Financial, which is our record keeper and administrator of the group RSP. You can also access LifeWorks, our website, as well. Again, our website is midwivesbenefits.ca. In order to gain access to all of these resources that are specific to midwives, you will need to log in as a member. Just note that we don't pre-register plan members. You will need to register to create your account. So the first time you log in, you will have to wait to receive a verification from us. We'll just verify that you are indeed a registered midwife, and after that, you're good to go. So also, I'd like to mention that we post all our newsletters and presentations on the site. You can reference our program policy, and there's all kinds of useful benefit fact sheets. And they're usually 1 to 2 pages where you can get a high-level overview of certain topics. We also have a detailed benefits booklet from Equitable Life that lives on our website as well. And we even have a glossary of insurance terms that are posted. So let's move on to our contact information. We're just coming to the end of our presentation. So here we have the AOMBT trustees on this slide. We have listed the current trustees for your reference. This slide has a listing of the AOM Benefits Trust staff, our positions, and our partners, Desjardins, Equitable Life, and Chubb. Chubb insures our critical illness and the basic accidental death and dismemberment benefits. So often we are asked, who do I contact and for what? You may contact the AOM Benefits Trust from anywhere in Ontario. We have a toll-free number listed there. Our office is open Monday to Friday during business hours. You should contact us if you will be initiating a leave, whether it's applying for disability, embarking on a parental or general leave from practice. So please get in touch with us. We recommend that you let us know if you expect to have an interruption in earnings so we can work with you to manage your premium costs. You can also contact us if you are trying to get in touch with one of the trustees or to answer any other benefit-related questions. We can help you make changes to your group insurance coverage or to designate or update your beneficiary as well. You can contact Desjardins Financial if you require assistance with your group RSP. They can help you review your investment choices or update your RSP beneficiary. You can also go online and access your own RSP information, view your contributions. You can set and track your retirement goals. They have lots of useful tools there for you to use. And you can contact Equitable Life of Canada if you have any questions about your health and dental claims that you have submitted. They can also help you understand any specific aspect of your coverage. You can submit claims electronically. You can also access your claim status and history through their website, so you can see how much you have spent in any calendar year. You will need your certificate number, which is found on your benefits card, the first time you log on to their site. So we have some time for questions. So if anyone has questions, I would be happy to answer them.